Welcome to the Calming Charms of Atheria, a sleep story designed to soothe your mind and lull you into a peaceful slumber. If you prefer to skip the breathing exercises and dive straight into the story, you can find the timestamps for each chapter in the description. However, if you'd like to join me in a few moments of gentle relaxation, let's begin by finding a comfortable position. Settle into your bed, letting your body sink into the mattress, feeling the support beneath you. Adjust your pillows and blankets as needed, creating a cozy and inviting space where you can fully relax and let go. This is your time to unwind, to release the day's tensions, and allow yourself to drift peacefully into sleep. Now, let's take a few calming breaths together. Inhale slowly and deeply through your nose, feeling the gentle expansion of your chest and abdomen. Imagine drawing in a soft, warm light with each inhale, filling your body with a sense of peace and tranquility. Hold the breath for a moment, then exhale slowly and gently through your mouth, releasing any tension or stress you may be holding on to. Picture any worries or anxieties dissolving into the air with each exhale, leaving you feeling lighter and more at ease. Continue breathing in this slow, rhythmic manner, allowing each breath to deepen your relaxation and prepare you for sleep. As you breathe, allow your mind to quiet. If thoughts arise, simply observe them without judgment, letting them drift by like clouds in a peaceful sky. Gently redirect your attention back to your breath, to the sound of my voice, or to the gentle images that will unfold as we begin our story. There's nothing you need to do now but listen and allow yourself to be carried away to the tranquil land of Atheria, where gentle magic and calming charms create a haven of peace and serenity. Let the story wash over you like a gentle wave, carrying you towards a deep and restful sleep. Chapter 1. The Whispering Woods. The late afternoon sun, a gentle wash of apricot and rose, filtered through the canopy of whisperwood trees, dappling the forest floor in a mosaic of light and shadow. Elara Meadowbrook walked with an unhurried grace, her willow-woven basket swaying gently against her arm. Each footfall was a whisper on the mossy path, a soft counterpoint to the rustling of leaves overhead. The air, thick with the sweet, calming fragrance of serenity flowers, carried a subtle hint of damp earth and the distant murmur of a hidden stream. Their pale blue petals, like tiny sky fragments, unfurled in the dappled sunlight, adding delicate splashes of color to the verdant tapestry of the woods. Elara hummed a low, wordless melody, a tune passed down through generations of charm makers in her family. It was a simple tune, yet it held within its notes the accumulated wisdom and peaceful intentions of her ancestors. She paused, her hand resting on the smooth, cool bark of a whisperwood tree. Beneath her fingertips, she felt the subtle vibrations that gave the tree its name, a gentle tremor, like the purring of a contented cat. Closing her eyes, she breathed deeply, letting the tranquility of the woods seep into her bones. In these moments, surrounded by the hushed serenity of the forest, Elara felt most connected to the subtle magic that permeated Atheria. She was on a quest, a gentle and purposeful journey to gather the necessary components for a charm unlike any she had crafted before. Tucked away in the dusty attic of her grandmother's cottage, Elara had discovered a leather-bound book, its pages brittle with age, filled with the faded script of a forgotten language. This ancient text spoke of a lost art of charm-making, a way to weave powerful intentions of calm and tranquility into seemingly ordinary objects. Elara, already skilled in the gentle magic of her craft, felt a thrill of excitement mixed with a deep reverence for this rediscovered knowledge. She had always possessed an innate ability to imbue her creations with a sense of peace and comfort, a gift inherited from her grandmother. But this ancient text hinted at a deeper, more potent magic, a way to amplify her intentions and share a profound sense of tranquility with others. As she ventured deeper into the woods, the light shifted, becoming softer, more diffused. The shadows lengthened, stretching across the mossy path like the languid limbs of slumbering giants. The whisperwood trees seemed to lean closer, their leaves whispering secrets to the gentle breeze, their voices blending with the soft gurgle of the hidden stream. Elara paused again, drawn by the sound of water over smooth stones. She reached a small clearing where the stream flowed, its surface shimmering with reflected light. Kneeling beside the bank, she dipped her fingers into the cool water, feeling the gentle current caress her skin. The simple act, the connection to the earth and its lifeblood, filled her with a deep sense of calm and groundedness. The ingredients she sought were rare and precious, each imbued with its unique magical properties. Whisperwood shavings, imbued with the calming whispers of the trees, would form the base of the charm. Moonstone dust collected under the serene glow of the full moon would amplify the charm's power to induce peaceful sleep and pleasant dreams. And finally, the delicate petals of the Serenity flower, their fragrance alone capable of soothing anxieties and restoring emotional balance, would complete the charm, infusing it with a gentle, healing energy. Elara closed her eyes once more, inhaling the rich, earthy scent of the woods, the delicate sweetness of the Serenity flowers mingling with the damp, mossy fragrance of the forest floor. A quiet anticipation settled within her, a gentle fluttering of excitement that did not disturb the underlying tranquility. This was more than just a gathering of ingredients. It was the beginning of a new path, a journey of discovery that promised to deepen her connection to the subtle magic that flowed through Atheria. The path ahead beckoned, winding deeper into the hushed embrace of the whispering woods, a tranquil haven where the whispers of the trees, the gentle flow of the stream, and the soft glow of the fading sunlight lulled her into a state of peaceful awareness. The world around her, softened by the twilight, began to fade into a tranquil blur, a gentle prelude to the deeper calm that awaited her within the heart of the woods. Chapter 2. The Moonstone Melody. The first rays of dawn, soft and pearly, kissed the dew-kissed petals of the Serenity flowers Elara had carefully placed in her basket. Back in her cozy cottage, nestled at the edge of the whispering woods, a sense of peaceful anticipation filled the air. The gathered whisperwood shavings, pale and fragrant, lay on her workbench beside a small pouch of moonstone dust, collected under the previous night's full moon. The dust shimmered faintly, catching the soft light filtering through the window as if holding the captured essence of the moon's gentle glow. Elara began her work with a slow, deliberate rhythm. She took a handful of the whisperwood shavings, their texture soft and yielding beneath her fingers. The scent, reminiscent of warm sunshine and quiet forests, filled her with a sense of grounded calm. She began to weave the shavings into a small, circular frame, her movements precise and fluid, each twist and turn a silent meditation. As she worked, she hummed the familiar melody, the ancient tune of charm makers, a soft, wordless lullaby that resonated with the peaceful energy she was pouring into her creation. Next, she carefully opened the pouch of moonstone dust. The fine silvery particles caught the light, creating miniature constellations on her workbench. With a small silver spoon, she began to sprinkle the dust onto the woven whisperwood frame. As the dust settled, it seemed to absorb the soft morning light, emitting a faint, ethereal glow. Elara closed her eyes for a moment, focusing her intention on imbuing the charm with the calming energy of the moon. She imagined the gentle ebb and flow of the tides, the soft glow of moonlight on a tranquil sea, the quiet stillness of a starlit night. With each breath, she visualized these peaceful images, weaving them into the very fabric of the charm. She thought of those who struggled to find rest, those whose minds raced with worries and anxieties. And she infused the charm with her deepest desire to bring them peace and tranquility. As she worked, a sense of warmth spread through her hands, a gentle tingling that flowed up her arms and into her heart. It was a sign that the magic was taking hold, that her intentions were being woven into the charm. Finally, with utmost care, Elara took the delicate petals of the Serenity flower and placed them in the center of the moonstone dusted frame. Their soft blue hue contrasted beautifully with the silvery shimmer of the moonstone, creating a miniature work of art that pulsed with gentle magic. She whispered a final blessing over the charm, a simple prayer for peace and restful sleep, before carefully wrapping it in a piece of soft, white silk. Holding the finished charm in her hand, Elara felt a deep sense of satisfaction. It was more than just an object. It was a vessel of peace, a tangible embodiment of her intention to bring tranquility to others. She knew instinctively who needed this charm most: a young mother in the village who had been struggling with sleepless nights, her newborn keeping her awake with constant cries. Elara imagined the gentle magic of the charm soothing the mother's anxieties, lulling both her and her child into a deep, restful sleep. As the sun climbed higher in the sky, painting the room in warm, golden light, Elara set off towards the village, the small, silk-wrapped charm nestled safely in her basket. The gentle sway of the basket against her arm, the soft chirping of birds in the trees, the warm breeze on her face, all these simple sensations filled her with a sense of quiet joy. She knew that even the smallest act of kindness, infused with intention and magic, could ripple outwards, creating waves of peace and tranquility in the world. The journey to the village was short and pleasant, the path winding through meadows dotted with wildflowers, their bright colors a testament to the gentle magic that permeated Atheria. With each step, Elara felt a growing sense of purpose, her heart filled with the quiet satisfaction of knowing she was carrying a small piece of peace to someone who needed it most. Chapter 3. The Serenity Flower's Embrace. The gentle warmth of the morning sun beckoned Elara outdoors. Having delivered the Moonstone sleep charm, a sense of quiet accomplishment settled within her. Yet, her work was not yet done. She needed more Serenity flower petals, the key ingredient for her calming charms, and knew just the place to find them. Sun Whisper Hill, a place bathed in sunlight and whispered to be blessed by the very spirit of tranquility. The path to Sun Whisper Hill wound gently upwards, a meandering ribbon of earth weaving through fields of tall grasses that swayed rhythmically in the gentle breeze. The air was alive with the buzzing of bees, their drowsy hum a soothing counterpoint to the chirping of crickets hidden amongst the grass. Elara walked with a light step, her bare feet sinking softly into the warm earth, each footfall a gentle connection to the land and its life-giving energy. As she ascended, the vista unfolded before her, revealing the valley of Atheria in all its tranquil beauty. The whisperwood trees formed a sea of green, their leaves shimmering in the sunlight. The crystal-clear streams meandered through the valley like silver threads, their gentle murmur carried on the breeze. The air, infused with the scent of wildflowers and the fresh, clean aroma of the earth after a light rain, filled Elara's lungs with each deep breath. The higher she climbed, the more pronounced the scent of serenity flowers became, a sweet, delicate fragrance that promised peace and tranquility. Finally, she reached the summit of Sun Whisper Hill, a wide, grassy plateau bathed in the golden light of the sun. Here, amidst the tall grasses, bloomed a profusion of serenity flowers, their pale blue petals unfurling towards the sky like tiny cups catching the sunlight. Elara knelt amongst the flowers, their delicate fragrance enveloping her like a soft embrace. She closed her eyes, basking in the warmth of the sun and the gentle caress of the breeze. For a long while she simply sat there, breathing deeply, letting the tranquility of the place wash over her. It was as if the hill itself radiated a sense of peace, a palpable calmness that seeped into her very being. When she finally opened her eyes, the world seemed to shimmer with a soft inner light. The colors of the flowers appeared more vibrant, the sky a deeper shade of blue, the green of the valley more lush and verdant. She began to gather the serenity flower petals, her movements slow and deliberate, treating each delicate blossom with the utmost care. As she collected the petals, she whispered words of gratitude, thanking the flowers for their gift of peace and tranquility. The basket gradually filled with the soft blue petals, their delicate fragrance intensifying with each addition. Elara felt a sense of deep contentment, a quiet joy that emanated from the simple act of gathering these precious gifts of nature. She knew that these petals, imbued with the calming energy of Sun Whisper Hill, would become powerful instruments of peace, woven into charms that would soothe anxieties and bring tranquility to those who needed it most. As the sun began its slow descent towards the horizon, painting the sky in hues of orange, pink, and lavender, Elara prepared to descend the hill. She took one last look at the valley below, a vista of tranquil beauty that filled her heart with peace. The gentle breeze whispered through the tall grasses, carrying the sweet fragrance of serenity flowers, a promise of calm and restful sleep. With a light step and a heart full of gratitude, Elara began her descent, carrying with her the precious petal and the tranquil energy of Sun Whisper Hill. Chapter 4. Orion's Wisdom. Descending Sun Whisper Hill, the setting sun cast long, soothing shadows across the valley. The air, still carrying the delicate fragrance of serenity flowers, felt cool and refreshing against Elara's skin. As she approached her cottage, a flicker of lamplight caught her eye through the trees. She knew instantly who awaited her: Orion Whisperwind, the elder charm maker and her trusted mentor. Orion, with his long silver hair and kind, knowing eyes, was a wellspring of wisdom and guidance in the world of charm making. He had taught Elara much of what she knew, nurturing her innate talent and instilling in her a deep respect for the power of intention. He sat by her hearth, a small, crackling fire casting a warm, inviting glow upon the room. The scent of wood smoke mingled with the lingering fragrance of the serenity flowers, creating a comforting and familiar atmosphere. Elara greeted him warmly, placing her basket of serenity petals on the table. Orion smiled, his eyes twinkling with a gentle light. "The Sun Whisper Hill has blessed you with a bountiful harvest, young Elara," he said, his voice soft and calming, like the rustling of leaves in the whisperwood trees. Elara nodded, taking a seat beside him. "It was a peaceful journey, Orion. The hill is truly a place of tranquility." "Indeed," Orion replied, his gaze turning thoughtful. "But peace, like all things, requires balance. The power you are now wielding, Elara, is significant. The charms you create hold the potential to bring deep calm and solace, but they also require careful intention and responsible use." Elara listened intently, her heart filled with a mixture of excitement and a newfound sense of responsibility. She understood the weight of Orion's words. The ancient art of charm-making she had rediscovered was not simply a craft. It was a responsibility, a delicate dance between intention and consequence. Orion continued, "The magic of calming charms lies not only in the ingredients, but also in the heart of the maker. Your intentions, your emotions, your very essence are woven into the fabric of each charm. Therefore, it is essential to approach your craft with a clear mind and a peaceful heart." He then shared with her techniques for shielding her charms from negative influences, methods for weaving protective energies into the very fabric of her creations. He spoke of the importance of grounding oneself in nature, of drawing strength and serenity from the earth, the wind, and the water. He reminded her that true power lies not in control, but in balance, in harmonizing with the natural rhythms of the world. As Orion spoke, Elara felt a deep sense of gratitude for his guidance. His words were like gentle whispers of wisdom, guiding her along the path of responsible magic use. She realized that the true gift of charm making was not just the ability to create objects of power, but also the opportunity to cultivate inner peace and share that tranquility with others. The fire crackled softly in the hearth, casting dancing shadows on the walls. The scent of wood smoke and serenity flowers filled the air, creating a sanctuary of peace and tranquility. As the evening deepened, Elara felt a sense of calm settling over her, a deep inner peace that resonated with the wisdom she had received. She knew that the path ahead would not be without its challenges, but with Orion's guidance and her own growing understanding of the delicate balance of magic, she felt prepared to embrace the responsibility of her craft and share its gifts with the world. Chapter 5: Shadows in the Twilight. The following days unfolded with a gentle rhythm. Elara, guided by Orion's wisdom, continued to hone her craft, creating charms of increasing potency and intricacy. She spent her mornings gathering ingredients in the whispering woods, her afternoons weaving charms in the tranquil solitude of her cottage, and her evenings sharing stories and wisdom with Orion by the fire. A sense of peace permeated her life, a quiet contentment that radiated outwards, touching the lives of those around her. Yet, even in the tranquil valley of Atheria, shadows sometimes stirred in the twilight. One evening, as Elara walked home from the village, a sense of unease settled upon her. The air, usually filled with the gentle chirping of crickets, felt strangely still. The whisperwood trees, normally rustling with soft murmurs, stood silent and watchful. A subtle shift in the atmosphere, a barely perceptible change in the energy of the land, alerted her to an unseen presence. As she reached a bend in the path, a figure emerged from the shadows, their form obscured by the fading light. Elara paused, her hand instinctively reaching for the protective amulet Orion had given her. The figure stepped closer, revealing a woman with striking features and eyes that gleamed with an unsettling intensity. It was Cassia Nightshade, a sorceress known for her ambition and her relentless pursuit of power. Cassia's voice, smooth as polished obsidian, cut through the stillness of the evening. "I have been watching you, Elara Meadowbrook," she said, her words laced with a subtle undercurrent of something that felt both alluring and dangerous. "Your charms, they possess a remarkable power, a power that I find intriguing." Elara met her gaze, her heart beating steadily despite the unease she felt. She had heard whispers of Cassia Nightshade, rumors of her desire to control the magic of Atheria for her own gain. Elara knew instinctively that this encounter was not accidental, that Cassia's interest in her charms was not benign. "My charms are meant to bring peace and tranquility," Elara replied, her voice calm and steady. "They are not meant for power or control." Cassia smiled, a slow, deliberate curve of her lips that did not reach her eyes. "Peace and tranquility are valuable commodities, Elara," she purred. "They can be, influential. And influence, as I'm sure you know, is a form of power." The air around them crackled with an unseen energy, a subtle tension that belied the calmness of their words. Elara stood her ground, her hand still resting on her protective amulet, a silent affirmation of her commitment to using her magic for good. She knew that Cassia's presence in Atheria was a disruption, a shadow cast upon the valley's tranquility. As the last rays of sunlight faded, plunging the woods into deeper shadows, Cassia gave a slight nod, her eyes still fixed on Elara. "We will meet again, Elara Meadowbrook," she said, her voice barely a whisper. Then, with a swiftness that startled Elara, she melted back into the shadows, leaving behind only the lingering sense of unease and the faint scent of nightshade blossoms. Elara stood there for a moment, her heart pounding softly against her ribs. The tranquility of the evening had been broken, replaced by a subtle undercurrent of tension. She knew that Cassia's arrival signaled a change, a shift in the delicate balance of Atheria's magic. As she continued her journey home, the whisperwood trees seemed to watch her with silent concern, their leaves rustling softly in the twilight breeze. A gentle reminder that even in the quietest of valleys, shadows can stir, and peace is a precious gift that must be protected.